where I wanted to leave off in the last video, where I had this filled in, but I just didn't have it in me and I wanted to get out of here. So that's the intro of this video, is kind of getting that up to speed, and you can see what's going on here. I think all this up to around in here is going to look pretty normal, and then about right here it starts to get a little more extreme in this sort of twist to no, I'm not redoing it. About right here is where it starts to get a little bit more of an extreme twist in the drywall, but I think the area that really visually is going to make the difference is this little zigzag is happening here. So all this is going to get the mud, the tape, so all of the patchwork part will go away. There'll be a little bit of transition, but you always have a little bit of that with drywall up to a tub. You can usually see where it comes up onto the little flange that's on the surrounds. So right here, I'm just going to start cheating this out. I'm going to build up compound and come out to about right here, and then I'll fade that to about this corner to where it doesn't interfere with the trim too much. So all this will get taped, and again, so this line, I'm just going to kind of ferret out towards a much gentler, longer blend into the wall. And then whatever shortcoming that has is just going to stay like that. I think that's it for there. My thing I need to figure out is exactly when you do drywall up to a surround, and I've done it before and I can't remember what I did. What is it you do to actually finish off? Do you just prime it, paint it, and then caulk that? Or, you know, my plan is to tape this, and then, you know, do you do the joint compound right to the edge of the tub? I say caulk it. And I've got the drywall pretty tight down to the surround all the way around. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. In this video, I'm aiming to get all the mud work done, the tape job. So basically, behind me will be finished. I might go ahead and do the waterworks. Everybody asked, where's the water in the tub? I've got easy access from the back, so I'm just going to install it all, and I'll pop the holes, and then I'll just pop the plumbing through from the backside. I've done it before in several houses, so it's no big deal. But I really want to get the muriatic acid. That's what I've looked up and figured out. That's how you clean the glass block window. So I want to get that cleaned off, trim the window, floors, turlet, vanity, bathroom, closet. That's what I would love to do. So I'm kind of giving you sort of my wish for the video, but we'll see how far I actually get. Floors are in, I'm pleased. They're lighter in person than they look on the screen here. I don't know what it'll look like by the time it's on YouTube. But I like it. Ran it all this way. It was a little tricky. It was on the roll the wrong way for doing this. So I took the roll outside and rolled it back up the way it would make it easier. It's really tricky putting this vinyl floor down when you've got just all of this stuff to work around. You have to be really careful too when you're starting out and you don't have when it's just drywall, because you can get it down into where the corner bead is on the drywall and you can rip it. I've almost done that before on another time I was doing it. So I was a little extra careful. It started really grabbing it over here, but even if it did it, it was tight in there. But if you're doing any kind of flipping stuff around, you can rip the underside and then rip your sheet. Ran it this way because that's sort of the direction of travel through the bathroom. And I used the bathtub to measure off to the design and squared it up to the bathtub. Got a little bit off right there, further away from the wall, but by the time the bathroom gets its baseboard and I'll just add a piece of quarter round, all that will be covered up. and then I can caulk everything tight to where if there's any spills, it can get dried up before it runs over into the wall or something. One thing I do like about a vinyl floor is it's seamless, so there's no water going through it, but you do have your edges to deal with, but caulk can handle that. Again, it's tricky, working into all these spaces around everything, but it worked out pretty good. It's $110, and that took me about a half an hour to put down. It is almost midnight. It's my goal to be out of here by midnight. I have about 20 minutes to do so, and I'm hoping I don't talk anywhere near that long. So I was a little overly ambitious in what I thought I might get done in this video, but I'm pleased with it. I don't have that much more to do to finish this bathroom, but I have enough stuff to warrant another bathroom video, but that will be the full wrap-up of this. So in the next video, I will be doing the vanity light, all the remaining trim, the closet organization, whatever that be, installing a door. I need to do the finishing paint. It's been primed around the tub, but I need to kind of cut in with some primer and then semi-gloss all around, a couple coats of semi-gloss all around the bathtub, and then do the faucet, and then all of the caulking, and then again, all the trim work. And is that it? For the bathroom, that will be it. But I'm very pleased. I mean, think about what this place looked like. This bathroom was so nasty. This whole house was so nasty. The whole house smelled like cat poop and mixed species urine. It was so nasty. This bathroom was so bad. I mean, the floors were rotten. Everything was rotten. The whole house was rotten. I can't even remember. The wall was like, what, something around in here. The door to get in the bathroom was like here. There was this long, skinny closet as big as the tub that went all the way across the door out there where the door is now. The bathtub was here. The sink was here. And the toilet was somewhere in here. I can't remember. It might have been right here. Or it might have just been shoved over here. But like I said in a previous video, now the toilet's right where it belongs, in front of the window. When you're sitting there in the midday, you're going to be glowing like an angel sitting there using that toilet. So that'll be nice. But for those that are uncomfortable with their silhouette at nighttime showing to the neighbor, I'm thinking about just putting a mini blind. There's enough room behind the toilet where a mini blind will go right behind it. As far as what I did in this video, I can't even remember right now. I think I finished the drywall, trimmed the window, cleaned up all the glass block too. The floor, trim, stool, vanity. The toilet install is the smoothest toilet install I've ever had happen. It's perfectly level side to side. There's a slight slope on it this way, but I don't mind. I would rather it sit flush on the floor than be shimmed up in the front. I think it's more stable this way, just giving up a slight tilt, not much. And that's just due to that same little slope that's happening there. It's just not as dramatic over the length of a toilet. So when I put that down, there's a wax ring. I set the toilet first, fully assembled, get it all lined up, squared up to the wall, however I want to do it. Trace around it with a pencil, silicone on the inside of that pencil line, set the toilet, wax ring in place, of course, and she's, good to go at that point. But no, it was just so smooth. It was just so easy. I hate it when you have to shim a toilet. Vanity, same thing. Went in pretty smooth. There's a little bit of shimming on the front and then on both sides just to dial it in. It could have gone slammed on the floor. It would have been fine. It wouldn't have been... but I needed to shim it just a little bit in the front. And the reason I went ahead and did it is just any water it gets on here could just run off the front. But if it's dead level, it'll sit in place. And then somebody can, well, at least sit in place and dry, or somebody can wipe it up easy. The one thing that I didn't realize when I bought this, there's no overflow. I'm tempted just to remove that and not have, and the stopper. But I think you have to have it. Some sort of rental stuff where you have to have a way of, it could just be the bathtub. I'm not sure what the laws are on that. But the costs in this video, and I might mix last video and this video, and I might try to come up with the cost of the whole bathroom. But that's really leaving out a lot. You got to think about all the other wiring and everything that went into it. The additional flooring that was under here. But this was like 470 something, or 450, 470, somewhere in there. Drywall I had left over from when they drywalled the house. The trim I had, but it was purchased for it. But that's probably, I don't know, $7, $8 worth of trim. That's probably more than that. It's probably $12 worth of trim. Just that quarter round piece was $12, and there's about 3 or 4 feet that get cut off of it. The baseboard, whatever that is. $100 toilet, the valve's $13 or $14. That's $7 hose. I can't think of what the tub faucet stuff was. It's like 80 some dollars. $85, I think is what it was. The vanity is $250. This was $32, the faucet. Then you got the trap, all the drain works underneath. The drain itself, this piece is, and sort of it's not a tailpiece, but the piece that goes down, the tailpiece attaches to, and the actual stopper, all that is one unit. That's what was $32. Then you have the trap portions of it, so it's like $7, $8 plus a tailpiece. 2 more of the little quarter-turn valves, again, $13, $14 each. And then $6, $7 hoses, shims. The floor was $110. $23 gallon of paint that I needed to kind of do stuff with. And that's not including the forthcoming light, the closet organization that will occur here. So some sort of, probably not wire shelving, but I'll probably do sort of that melamine boards. So there'll be those metal brackets that go down, then the brackets that come off, and then the melamine boards. And I'll come down to about 3 or 4 feet and leave it open at the bottom for whatever somebody wants to tuck in there. Then a door is probably $100. But yeah, so you're spending money when you're doing this stuff. But again, inching along, doing it over years, not too bad. You know, a lot of, you know, I think it's a silly thing when people talk about all the lost rent when you take a long time to do something. I think it's kind of like, what's it called? The armchair quarterback telling you you're I don't know, just sound like some sort of hustler, real estate mogul saying something. But you know, if you're just an average guy like me and you're just doing something like this, you just, whatever it is you're doing to make money, after you spend it all on all the normal stuff, you got to spend it all, and you have $300 left if you've got that, you know, and you can buy maybe this, and you do that to the house. And of course, there's ongoing costs of having this house. It's fairly minimal for me. The taxes aren't super high. Insurance isn't super high. The water bill, the electric bill, but it all adds up. And that's why I move at a snail's pace. And my cost of living with everything I've done has just become more expensive. And then even if I was pulling in enough money to just do it all, everything has just gotten more expensive. So it's just a reality of it. But all y'all see the stuff that I'm putting in here. You know, it's all very basic stuff. And some people, that's a turnoff to them. I look at it and I like it. And from a real estate or an investing or rental property, in the context of that, I guess, I'm pleased with myself that I have been restrained and I haven't done anything too much. The window was too much. I should have just had just one of these windows. I should have just put one there. That, just doing this was like $600 or $700, and it took days versus it took 10 minutes. I mean, it's like 5 minutes to stick a window in. The window just goes in, there's 4 screws hold it in, and it gets trimmed, and this had to be trimmed. Do I like it? Yep, I do. But I could have just as easily gotten one of these windows. I could have bought one with frosted glass in it, and that could have been in here. I'm probably going to put a mini blind up. There's enough room behind the toilet. I don't know if I said it. This toilet went in super smooth. I'm not going to say all that again because I bet I already said that this second time around filming this, but I think I mentioned that toilet went in really smooth. Normally there's some sort of issues. Same thing with the van when you're installing any kind of sink. Just getting it all in perfect and there not being any kind of little leak in all the fittings of the trap. So I was pleased with that. Is this a basic vanity? Absolutely. But as basic as it is, $250, $30-something for the faucet, and then probably $12 for the trap stuff, $14 for the hoses, and $26 for the valves underneath. I mean, that's some serious money. And if you get into starting to do nice stuff, this go over $1,000 easy. $600-700, super easy. But you can easily, you know, if you go just a little wider, as soon as you go wider than 36, you're buying just the bases, and they're like $300-something for cheap ones. And then you're paying $150 for the vanity top for a cheap one, just something that looks like this. Very basic stuff. So I say, I don't know. It's just a reality of it. It is some tricky business. And a lot of comments too about like tiling or vinyl plank flooring and saying, oh, you're going to cost yourself more work later. Yeah, sure, it's true. But this could go down fast and it was inexpensive. I've got to get the house finished at some point, even if it causes me some work later. I would much rather, in 2 years from now, come in and redo this flooring than to just continually make that decision that adds 2 or 3 days to every single step. Some of the things I have to take the easiest, cheapest solution. And again, I've said it before, the people who kind of, you're thinking about a lot of this stuff in too much of like a, it's your dream home or just it's your home. Like the people renting houses the ones of you that talk about how you think of your rental places as home, I get it. Some do. But most people are in and out. They have a plan. They've moved into town. They're going to live there for a year or two. Then they're buying a house. They do not care. You do not get any points. You do not get one dime of rent more, anything like that. And again, I go back to look how nice and clean it is. I treat the whole houses like this. When things go wrong, I fix them. So yeah. Next video, trimming, closet, painting, light, door, and then done. And then from there, moving into the bedrooms, I'll be doing the closet, carpet, trimming. Then the upstairs bedrooms and bathroom are done. This part right here will probably get treated along with that. So, I mean, we're so close to just not even having to come up the steps anymore, basically. And then from there, I'll work my way down the steps. And I'll probably go ahead and do the staircase. And then it's flooring downstairs, some exterior stuff, appliances, installing doors throughout the house. It's really not that much more. It's a lot of work, but percentage-wise, we're getting really close. And really getting pretty close time-wise. It's not that bad anymore. The only thing I need to get someone else to do at this point is doing the exterior aluminum trim if I don't decide to buy a brake and do it myself. I've always wanted to learn how to do it. I've got plenty of things coming up where I need it done. And someone just came and quoted me it's 17 windows to wrap in aluminum. They said $200 per window plus the cost of materials. It's like $3,500 to $4,000 just to do that. And I look at that as crazy. I just think that's too much. I think that was somebody who it's just not their thing. Maybe they're not that fast. It seems daunting. They're going to be doing it on their own. They don't have a helper helping them. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Check out the links. Patreon link will be the first link in the description. Monthly contributions to the videos. And then other ways to contribute down there as well. Probably link to my book, Cheap Houses, How Find and Buy Inexpensive Real Estate. Pick that up if you'd like to see how I'm buying this type of stuff. Other than that, thanks for watching. See you next time.